morning, Bhante. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the BSV, and welcome also to our online audience. And happy Father's Day to all of the dads in our audience as well. So this morning we have Venerable Buddhavihari, or Bhante Buddhavihari, from the Dhammsua Meditation Centre, where Ajahn Pasadika was, who gave the Dhamma talk last week. So we're very grateful for Bhante for coming in to give us the talk today. He travels in from about 100 kilometres north of Melbourne to give this talk, and we're very grateful to Bhante as well as the community at Dhammsua who transport him backwards and forwards for these Dhamma talks. So thank you, Bhante. I'll now pass it to Savitri to request the refuges and precepts.
Mayam Bhante, Tisarnena saha pancha silani yachama. Dutiyampi mayam Bhante, Tisarnena saha pancha silani yachama. Tatiyampi mayam Bhante, Tisarnena saha pancha silani yachama.
Yamahang vadami tang vadeta. Namo tassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Pānātipātā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Kāme sumicchācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Surameraya majjapamādatthāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Itipiso bhagavā arahang sammā sambuddho vijjhācarana sampanno sugato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhamma sārati sattha deva manussān buddho bhagavāti. Swakkhāto bhagavatā dhammo sandintiko akāliko ehi passiko opanayiko pacchatto චිත්තං වේදිතබ්බ විඤ්ඤෝහීති සුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ උජුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ඥායපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ යදිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගාන් අට්ඨ පුරිස පුංගලා ඒස භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනේයෝ පාහුනේයෝ ධක්ඛිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති කරණීය මත්ථ කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අභිසමෙත් සක්ඛෝ ජෝච සුජෝච සුවචෝ ඡස්ස මුදුවනතිමාන් සන්තොස්ස කෝච සුභරෝච අපකිංචෝච සල්ලකවොත්ති සන්තින්ද්‍රයෝච නිපකෝච අබ්භගම්බෝ කුලේසු අනනොගිද්දෝ නච්ච කුද්ධං සමාචරේ කිංචයේන් විඤ්ඤෝ පරේ උපවදේයං සුඛිනෝ වා කේමිනෝ හොන්තු සබ්බේ සත් භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තා ये केचिपान भूतन्ति तसावाथावरा अनवशेष धीगावा ये महान्तावा मज्जिमा रस्सकानुकतूला दिट्ठावा येव अद्धिट्ठा ये च धूरे वसन्ति अविधूरे भूतावा सम्भवेसि සබ්භේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තා නපරෝ පරන්නිකුබ්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත කත්තචිනං කන් භ්‍යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥානාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤස්ස දුක් මිච්ඡේය මාතා යථා නියම් පුත්තං ආයුසායේක පුත්ත මනුරක්කේ එවම්පි සබ්බ භූතේසු මාන සම්භාව මෙත්තංච සබ්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්ධං අදෝච තිරයංච අසම්භාදං අවේරං අසපත් තිට්ඨං චරන්නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ යාව තස්ස විගත මිද්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිට්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාර ඉදමාහෝ දිට්ඨිංච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍යගේ දන්නහි ජාතු ගබ්බසෙය්‍ය පුනරේතිති. Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to explain a kind of a meditation method, and it's a wonderful meditation method, and also it will help you to live happily almost every day. This meditation, have you ever heard about? In Pāli, we call this is Mudita meditation. Mudita means like whenever you see someone happiness, you are rejoicing their happiness, right? So, as example, let's say how to understand this feeling of mudita. Like as a parent, when you see your children's improvement, like let's say when your children start to grow, when they are improving their education, and also when they go to university, when they buy a new car, new house, right? So, what kind of feeling you have? You never feel any jealousy, right, towards that. Because whenever you see your children's improvement, you always feel happy. you are sincerely happy, right? Let's say if someone have that kind of feeling towards everyone's success, then at the time, like whenever you see someone's success, or while you are looking at other success, every moment will help you to keep your mind happy. And also, when someone develop the feeling, this quality, then whenever you see someone happiness, someone improvement, so what kind of improvement, like I'm talking about the positive side, right? So whenever you see someone positive improvement, all these things make you happy. And at the same time, if someone develop this quality whole day, it will help you to live happily. And also, like when you talk about the opposite quality of the mudita, it means like you're not rejoicing other happiness. Mean what kind of feeling arises inside your mind is jealousy, right? Jealousy and the mudita. I'll use the word of mudita, right? I hope everybody feel comfortable that word, right? So it means you are rejoicing other happiness, right? When you have this feeling, right? Like then at that time there's no chance jealousy to arise inside your mind. So like sometimes people feel very hard to stay away from jealousy, right? Like sometimes it's a natural feeling, like as a human, like whenever sometimes like when human, it is a nature, when they see others happiness, they feel jealous. So like let's say if I ask all of you, have you ever experienced jealousness in your life? Everybody say yes, right? As a human, right? As those who are not become a noble person, yeah, they experience this jealousness. And also because of jealousness, of course everybody they suffer, right? Maybe we don't know we suffer, but if we analyze deeply, whenever jealousness arises, we ourselves we suffer. And also like once the jealousness arises, it will lead anger and all these thoughts to arise. Also like the jealousness has very close combination with depression. So like improving this meditation method is a way to stay away from depression. Like when someone develops this meditation method, you can say goodbye to depression completely, right? So it's like if you ever practice in your life, then you will really experience this. Like when it comes to meditation method, like if we can put that kind of meditation practice into our life, then we are going to experience the benefit. Like sometimes like this is like something very practical thing, because we have seen those who develop mudita meditation, we can see they live happily. And also when we ask them, do you feel jealous? Do you feel jealous whenever you see other happiness? Then they say no. And also at the same time, whenever they start to see other happiness, they start to their mind also feel happy. They can rejoice other happiness. Like when you look at the world, there are a lot of people. They have a lot of like different kind of success, right? So whenever you see their success, if you can happy, then there are a lot of things in the world. Whenever you go outside from your home, there are a lot of things you can. There are a lot of object make your mind happy. Because like whenever you go outside, you can see many people have different kind of success, right? They have nice car, nice cloth, a good job. Sometimes they have a nice property and a lot of things. Also education and a lot of things. So whenever you see all different kind of things. If all these things if you start to look at the positive way with the rejoicing mind, all this thought is helping you to live happily. So when you develop, if you want to develop this kind of thoughts, like mudita feeling, the very first time you have to understand like what are the opposite quality of the mudita, mean the jealousiness. Then we have to understand like in the Buddhist teaching, if you want to develop one good quality, then we always try to see the what are the opposite quality, and what kind of damage that thing can do to our mind. Like as example, like in this case, when we talk about this meditation method, then opposite the quality is jealousiness. Then if we start to analyze more and more deeply about what are the disadvantage of the jealousiness, then mind start to, when you start to see more and more bad side of the jealousiness, then the mind start to reject that thing, Like in the Buddhist teaching, we are always trying to educate our mind. When the time we are educating our mind, giving the real fact, at that time, the mind start to, when mind start to know the jealousiness is something bad. Jealousiness can do a lot of bad thing to our mind. Jealousiness can destroy the peacefulness of our mind. Jealousiness can bring away a lot of good qualities. And then we start to, when you have more and more knowledge about how the jealousiness work inside our mind, then mind doesn't want that jealousiness. And then that time, the mind start to find, mind feel, I want to overcome the jealousiness. Then when the time you have a feeling about when you have the feeling that you want to overcome the jealousiness, then it will help, it will encourage your mind to practice this kind of meditation. So, like let's say, when we talk about now, let's say when we look at the jealousiness, what kind of damage the jealousiness can do to our mind. So like, let's say, okay, when you look at your own mind, do you experience, like when you look at your past, do you see like how the jealousiness affect your mind? Maybe some people, some of them, they are not really, even though they have kind of jealousiness, even though they arise their mind, maybe they not experience much damage inside their mind. But like when you talk about the kilesa, the hindrances, like defilement inside our mind, the defilement has an ability to grow. Like let's say, if you have a feeling like now whenever you see someone happiness, if you start to experience jealousiness, then like let's say very first day, like okay, like as example I can take, sometimes most of the time we can see like in human mind, whenever they see, like especially when they see some neighbors or someone like whoever you can see often, and when they have a lot of things compared, and at the same time you don't have that kind of thing, maybe there are high possibility jealousiness to arise. Then very first time when you start, maybe very first few days, you are experience kind of jealousiness, but if you let it to grow, then whenever you start to see your neighbors or someone improvement, the mind not feel happy. I mean, like this is how the mind is working. Also, like sometimes you can see in the working place, I believe like most of them when they do their job in the working place, they start to experience the jealousiness, right? Then you already know how much pressure you already get because of the jealousiness, right? So then what happened? Like sometimes like when we, like let's say when you have a jealousiness, maybe when you do something bad to others, that time our mind feel happy. But the thing is, like, when we are talking about developing meditation, when we are developing our mind, jealousness is something like, jealousness always connect with anger, right? So when the time the jealousness improve inside our mind, at the same time the anger also start to improve develop inside our mind. So what happened when anger and jealousness start to arise inside our mind? Even though we do some harm to others, we don't experience any peacefulness inside our mind. Like, when it comes to the defilement, most of the defilement, when it arises inside our mind, maybe we are doing, maybe we are harming others, or we are doing something bad to others. But at the same time, we are developing a kind of bad energy, bad feeling inside our mind. At the same time, it start to grow again and again. Sometimes after some period later, maybe even though because of jealousness people do some bad to others, after some period later, maybe many years later, they have the guilty feeling. They cannot come out that guilty feeling. They worry, they regret. Sometimes they cannot, like after some period later, they cannot do anything because they already have done something bad and they cannot take it back. Also, at the same time, when they start to think about again and again what they have done, then it can make a lot of bad, it can cause to depression. All these things we can see in normal world. At the same time, when we look at like a bigger picture, like different country, because of jealousness, they create war, right? A lot of things, a lot of chaos arise in the world because of jealousness, right? So it means like, even like maybe when you look at the jealousness, maybe very short time, if you look at the very short distance, you're not, if you don't look at further, maybe you can see some advantage of jealousness. But after some period later, maybe when you look at the bigger picture, then you can see like a lot of harm arise inside your mind. Also, like you can see, like even inside the family, like the relation, when you talk about relationship, because of jealousness, they cannot maintain properly. Like sometimes they have some fighting and quarreling with brothers and sisters, a lot of things. So you can see, like whenever that kind of the defilement arises inside our mind, that defilement doing very bad bad thing inside our mind. Also, whenever that kind of thought arises inside our mind, the very first thing what the defilement do, it is destroying the peacefulness inside our mind. Also, as a Buddhist, if you want to attain Nibbana, then these defilements are the thing blocking our path. Because when we talk about Buddhist enlightenment, all the defilement, whenever defilement arises, it always closing our path, and also it is always become a big obstruct for our concentration, samadhi. Like when someone is suffering deeply from jealousness, it is very hard for them to improve their meditation. Like some people, they used to complain. They say, Bhante, we used to do meditation many years. We don't have any improvement. We try to sit longer, but we don't have any improvement. When we look at, then sometimes why it happened? Maybe there are some problem in their character. Maybe they used to get angry faster. They have some kind of jealousness and all these things. So while developing this kind of meditation, it's helping you to develop the humanity. It is developing your human quality. When the time you are developing human qualities, it will help to decrease the power of defilement. Then, like when the time you are developing this kind of meditation, it helps to weaken your hindrances. With the time, the hindrances start to become weaker and weaker, then it will, naturally, automatically, the samadhi start to arise inside the mind. So, like knowing more and more what kind of harm the jealousness can do, then it will help to. Then the mind will feel, okay, if it is so, like if the jealousness can do such a bad thing, then it's good for us to develop this kind of meditation. Like, like not only that, when you talk about jealousness, not only human, you can see even in the animal world, we can see the jealousness. Like, let's say when you have a pet, if you bring another pet, sometimes they don't like each other, right? They try to attack each other. Sometimes I remember like some of our devotees, they mention, Bhante, we had a cat, and then after that, when you brought new dog, that the cat doesn't like. Cat always try to attack the dog. Then all these things. You can see like, like when you talk about this kind of defilement, even we can see very clearly even inside the animal world. So the thing, it means like when you look at the Buddhist, when you analyze this kind of thing through the Buddhist teaching, like you can see like every life, like when someone have this kind of the bad qualities, bad thing, bad defilement, this kind of defilement, it start to grow from each life. Like when someone born as in animal world, at that time, if they have the jealousness which is with each other, then when they're born as a human, but still that the power, the influence of the past life, it caused them to improve the jealousness in this life, right? So like by practicing this kind of meditation, it is helping not only one life, it will help to live happily in many lives. You know why? Like if you can develop the opposite quality of jealousness, then why you after maybe then in this life, of course, it will help you to live happily. Not only that, when the time you are going to next life, if you're not attending Nibbana, of course, we according to Buddhist teaching, we all of us we know. Then we are going to born again. At that time also, we are not experiencing, the jealousness. Why? In this life, when we try to calm down our mind, when we try to overcome this kind of defilement, it is helping to live next life also happily. So like this kind of practice helping to develop while we are developing this kind of practice, this kind of meditation, it is helping you to live happily not only one life. It is helping you to live happily many lives until you attain Nibbana. Like this is the importance of practicing this kind of meditation. This kind of qualities. So in this way, if you can educate your mind more and more about the value of doing the improving this kind of meditation practice, it will help you to do it every day. Like most of them, when you talk about meditation, most of them what they say, Bhante, I can meditate few hours, or maybe one week only 1 hour, right? Or sometimes like they as a human mind, as a human, we used to give a lot of reason. One day we cannot meditate, and we have this and this work, that work, right? It is naturally we are used to give this kind of different kind of excuse, and then we are not doing meditation. But when you try to educate your mind every day. Whenever you, like let's say, whenever you hear any news from newspaper or TV or social media, if it related to jealousness, then at that time, if you can tell yourself, right, you can see the jealousy. This is whenever someone have jealousness, these are the result. These are the practical result, right? You know, every day we are listening and reading a lot of bad thing which is happened because of jealousness. So whenever you start to read all these things, then if you can tell yourself, this is the bad result of jealousness, and at the same time I also have that jealousness, still I have the jealousness, right? So if my mind also by jealousness grow in such a level, then it can do the same. I also can behave such a bad way, right? I mean, like, so in this way you can, whenever you do kind of reminding to yourself, when you remind yourself, then also it will help you to practice this kind of meditation, you know. Like, so in this way, like whenever we try to educate our mind, then then what happens, we are trying to find a time to meditate. You know, like more in as a human, like most of the time we used to give different reason not to meditate, right? But the thing is, like, if you always start to see, like, if you always educate our mind, if you always start to see the bad result, bad effect of kilesa, then it will help us, help our mind to stay with the object, to do meditation whenever we have a chance. As a Buddhist monk, we also do the same thing. You know, like as a Buddhist monk, we also have a lot of things, right? Social work, have to do Dhamma talk, also have to do monastery work, a lot of things, right? Sometimes, like, we also like on call, right? Most of the time we have to do a lot of work. But at the same time, we also start to see, like, how the defilement work, what kind of defilement can damage the human mind, like. So then whenever we also start to see different incident, we also encourage, this is happened because of the jealousness. So it can, so if I let my mind to, like, if I don't do anything to overcome the jealousness, then one day I also can behave like this. We also just remind ourselves again and again. So then we are trying to find a time, and we are trying to find a way to overcome this kind of jealousness, and then try to do this kind of meditation method, right? So in this way, when the time you start to see like a lot of bad thing, what the jealousness can do, then you can turn your mind. You can encourage your mind to do mudita. So then, like also like when it comes to Buddhist teaching, it's explaining very clearly, like mudita, while develop, even Buddha, in one sutta, Buddha explaining about the value of doing mudita meditation to Bhante Rahula. Then Buddha mentioned, like, when the time you develop mudita meditation, it will help you to overcome that the Pāli we call arati. Arati means the boring feeling. So then when the time someone develops this mudita meditation, it will help to overcome boring feeling. No? You know, like boring feeling, the depression, and all these things connect with each other. So, like, when the time we are developing that the mudita meditation, it is really help us to stay away from that the feeling of bored feeling. So then when someone mind don't have the feeling of that kind of feeling, it really helps to live peacefully and happily. Okay. Then when you talk about how we need to do mudita meditation, like, let's say in a technically, when you talk about mudita meditation, like if someone want to develop the mudita meditation until the jhana level, normally always they encourage to develop the metta meditation first. After that, when the time your mind attend metta meditation until the jhana level, then can develop the karuna meditation. Karuna means compassion. Until the mind go to the jhana level, then can go to the mudita meditation until the jhana level. This is how that explaining in the technically mean, like, if someone want to develop the mind until the jhana level, This is how we can see nowadays how the teachers, they explain. But like let's say if you're not going to the jhana level, but still you can start from the beginning, like as a beginner, just like how you do metta meditation. Like you can go to the directly mudita meditation also possible. So then like, and also like when you talk about when you look at the mudita meditation, like by doing mudita also samatha meditation method. By doing mudita meditation, you can go, the maximum you can go to the third jhana level. Because when someone do mudita meditation, happiness is very high. As the happiness is very high, there's no fourth jhana. And when someone do mudita meditation, they have, once they attend the third jhana level, they have very strong happiness. And but their mind, by using that object, that specific, that mudita object, the mind cannot attend for jhana. But after that, if you use any kind of meditation like anapana or kasina or whatever thing, like other kind of meditation method, you can go to the fourth jhana level. So then how in the normal as a like let's say if we start as a beginner, how we need to do mudita meditation. So this is the most important part, right? So then okay, you can like let's say when it comes to mudita meditation, like let's say very first time I explained, like when you see your children's improvement, like your relatives improvement, then you feel happy, right? Then you are sincerely rejoicing that happiness. But that kind of happiness that kind of happiness always connected with the kind of defilement. So we are not taking that kind of feeling, you know. It means like whenever you see some of your children or brothers or sisters improvement, the rejoicing feeling we are not taking as a mudita. But like let's say instead of that, if you see someone not really close to you, maybe like like if you don't have any emotional attachment, like let's say it can be one of your teacher. Normally your teachers and yourself, you don't have emotional attachment, right? Yeah, you respect your teacher. Or if there is someone you sincerely respect someone, then you can take that kind of person. Or maybe you can take your neighbor. You don't have emotional attachment, right? So like you can take someone you don't have, especially you have to take that person, you are not really angry towards that one, right? Very first time if you start to do mudita towards someone who you are angry, you are not happy, it's very hard to develop this mudita meditation. Like you can take someone, then you can analyze that what kind of good thing he has, maybe education. Yeah, also you can see he has some good properties or money or whatever thing. Then you can whatever you can very first time you can consider what kind of good thing the person he has, right? Then you can think again and again. May he enjoy the thing what he has. May he not lose the thing what he has, right? It means like you are sincerely, you want that person to enjoy his life. You are sincerely want him to enjoy the thing what he has. And also you are sincerely, you don't want him to lose the thing what he has. So in this way you can, whenever you see someone, and when you admire something what he has, you can sincerely rejoice it. So in this way, like you can. So in this way, like why what I see, why I see this is very practical meditation. Like whenever you go outside, wherever you stay, you can see other success. Like when the time you go away from this place, You can see someone has nice car, right? Some nice property. You can see like they are enjoying their life. Every time when you see the other success, you can rejoice it. So then you don't have to do like anything, just rejoicing other happiness. Whenever you start to rejoice other happiness again and again and again, then it will help to, then naturally the mind start to feel happy. Like if you do this kind of practice almost every day, like there are a lot of things in the world which help you to make happy, and also at the same time you start to understand. Then you start to experience the jealousy feeling naturally living inside your mind. Why then? No, last time what we do normally, as a human, what we do, whenever we see someone have something good, you always think, I wish I have that kind of thing, right? I wish I have that kind of money. I wish I have that kind of cloth. I wish I have that kind of jewelries, right? I wish I have that kind of relationship, right? So always what we used to think, we always think, I wish I have that kind of thing, right? But we never learn to rejoice other happiness, right? So now what we do, we are changing the way of our thinking. We are changing the thinking pattern. We are learn to rejoice. Then when the time you are rejoicing the other happiness, then you are not thinking, I wish I have that. Instead of that, may he rejoice that his happiness. May the happiness what he has may not go away from his life. May he really enjoy the happiness, right? So when the time you are developing that kind of thing, like those who do this meditation, whenever they see whenever they go to someone's house or somewhere, when you see someone is really have their lot of things, it can be like materiality or mentality, right? When someone protecting their sila, or when someone have a samadhi, or when someone developing their vipassana, even that time you can rejoice, right? Like, sometimes among some meditators, we can see like when they hear the others, they are developing their samadhi, the others not happy, Sometimes they as a human, like sometimes we start to think, normally we think like, normally people have jealousness towards only materiality. Not only materiality. Like sometimes inside the meditation group, we start to see when someone developing samadhi, the others feel like, that man or woman, they have the samadhi, but I don't have. Maybe they want to do something bad, or maybe make them angry and and disturb to their meditation. We can see, like the jealousness is such kind of thing. It can arise not only towards materiality. It can arise like when you talk about mental quality also. Sometimes people have the jealousness. So when the time you are developing this mudita meditation, like whenever you admire thing, right? You can then. All the earlier what we think, I wish I have that kind of thing. I wish I have that kind of quality, or I wish I have that kind of money or vehicle or whatever thing, right? Gold or whatever thing. Instead of that, you are trying. You can sincerely learn. You can. It may be a starting point. You may feel like it's not easy, right? You may feel like it's not easy to rejoice, right? Because we never trained this quality in our past. Then you can take some minor thing, like let's say maybe very first time you cannot rejoice like someone like real success, but still you can, if you see like maybe you can see like while you are driving, if you see someone good house, you don't have any relationship with that person, right? Maybe you can rejoice, that house is very nice. I wish he lived there that house happily. So in this way, like according to your mind, you can simply create that kind of thought inside your mind. You can learn to rejoice other happiness from beginning. Some people, they born and like from small age, like they don't experience jealousiness. Very rare. Some they used to say, I don't feel any jealousiness. Whenever I see other happiness, I don't feel jealousiness. I don't feel jealous. So some they used to say, but this kind of people are very rare. And also, like when you talk about that kind of people, that kind of small amount of people, when we ask, okay, when you don't feel jealousiness, how do you feel? He say, I don't feel anything. I don't feel angry or anything. So so because of that, when we observe their character, when it comes to meditation part, they can improve their meditation very well. Because why? When human, they don't experience that kind of thing. So when it comes to when they go to meditation, do you think that kind of jealousiness thought disturbing to their meditation? No, that kind of thought can never disturb to their mind, because the reason is, when we don't experience jealousiness, mean we don't give a value to that kind of object. When you, as long as you give a value to unnecessary object, which is related to hindrances, then it become like which is related to defilement, it become hindrances. So like so while developing this kind of meditation, this kind of thing, then we are learning not to give value to unnecessary thought, which is related to hindrances, defilement. At the same time, like the improving knowledge towards karma. Also another way to develop this mudita feeling. Like as a Buddhist, we believe karma. And we know like those who have practiced the dana, those who practice sila, and also those who develop the good thing in their past. As a result of that, they get a lot of material thing in their life, in the present life. So like even though we have the jealous feeling towards this kind of thing, we cannot do anything, right? As they have done something good in their past. This is what they gain. They create the cause, and then because of that, they have the result today. Then if you start to see that, if you have a knowledge about the cause and effect, the karma, then also what happened, like whenever you start to see someone have something good, then you can look at that the karma perspective, right? They have done something, maybe they have done dana, or they have done some kind of some good thing in their past. Maybe they help the community, or they help the others. Maybe they help sangha, or maybe they do something good in their past. So this is the result they are enjoying today. So there's no point for me to have this kind of jealous feelings also to others. So at that time, if you using the karma perspective also, then you can if you start to feel have a jealous feeling, then you can neutralize that. So like when you add the karma perspective also, then you can neutralize that jealousiness. At the same time, what happened, like when the mind use a karma perspective, then you can overcome the jealousiness. At the same time, you are developing your faith. Like when you talk about faith, saddha, like improving the knowledge towards the karma. Also, it's a way to develop saddha, faith. Then it will help you to overcome, like improve the mudita quality, at the same time the saddha. So by using these two things, again you are developing the mudita quality. So like in this way, like if you start to do this every day, maybe you can try to do every day. Maybe very first day, first few months, you may not experience, right? But after some period later, after many years later, you start to see, you start to experience through your own self. Like you are not experiencing jealousiness compared with the past. And also at the same time, when it comes to meditation, like most of us, we think like we are just looking at the object, we are trying to sit continuously, and then we just think like now I'm doing meditation every day, so my meditation should be improved, right? This is what we think, like we always but the thing is, like when we talk about meditation part, like especially like developing your mind until like samadhi level, like you go into deep concentration, not only not only sitting, and at the same time we have to gather a lot of human qualities. When the time you are gathering a lot of human qualities to your mind, then this is how you are developing all these human qualities, helping you to develop the samadhi, right? Like when you want to stay longer with one object continuously, then you have to pay attention to your mind very clearly, and you have to identify what kind of defilement are disturbing to your mind. And then and when it comes to different defilement, you have to use different method to overcome that defilement. Then this is how the mind can develop very stable samadhi. So for developing that kind of a stable samadhi, the stable samadhi helps you to develop vipassana. And also stable, when the time the mind become more and more stable, the mind start to experience calmness almost every day. And no matter what happen, no matter what kind of difficulties come to your life, you feel your mind is strong. And also all these things, why we do all these things? To keep our mind healthy, right? So like why we need to do this kind of mudita meditation? To keep our mind healthy, right? So all these things are connected with mental health, right? Like all these kind of defilement, like jealousness or anger or other all kind of defilement, what they do, it make our mind sick. Like why we experience depression, right? Because when the bored feeling calm and all these thing make our mind sick. So it means like when the time you are developing this kind of meditation, this kind of attitude, right? Like meditation, like sometimes we think like meditation is just sit and close our eyes and look at the object, right? This is also you have to understand, this is also one part of meditation. At the same time, we have to develop the quality. We have to develop the thought again and again and again. And also while you are developing that thought again and again, then then the mind start to mind naturally start to reduce that defilement. So it means like when the time you are developing the quality, then mind start to give more value to that quality. Then when the time mind give value to the quality, then mind start to give less value to the defilement, but you give value to your in the past, right? So then all this practice, all this action are helping to create a stable mind. And then what happened? Then all this thing are supporting to our samadhi. So this is the reason we need to develop this kind of meditation. Also, like you can see, like when you talk about mudita meditation, it is kind of a universal thing, right? It's not like when you talk about like even like when non-Buddhists, right? If they develop if they develop this kind of thing, because it's not really connected with any Buddha or the like Buddha teaching. Like even the mudita is not connected. When you look at the mudita, when you talk about specifically mudita, it is not really related to anything like related to Buddha, right? Like everybody, they can, it doesn't matter which nation, which kind of belief you have. If you develop this kind of the quality, if you learn how to rejoice on the happiness, no matter what kind of belief you have, it will help to live happily, right? This is something like universal thing. Also, like when you born in, like, let's say, we all, as a Buddhist, we know, like, the Buddhism, Buddha, our sasana, right? The Buddhist teaching also one day going to vanish, disappear. Like, it is like Buddhist, now the sasana also deteriorating every day. Then but then maybe next life, or maybe after few life later, we will not experience, we will not meet this Buddhist teaching. But still, if you develop this kind of qualities, like if you develop the quality against anger, or if you develop the quality against jealousness, that the happiness and the peacefulness you are experience many life. So this is the important part of doing mudita meditation. So in this way, you can think again and again. And then when the time you are thinking, and the same time you can start the practice again and again. I hope many of them you never practice this kind of meditation in your past, right? So if you never, then you can start from beginning. You can give a small time, or maybe you can simply, whenever you go outside, whenever you see someone happiness, then you can start to rejoice. Especially, or if not, like whenever you recognize, when you identify the jealousness towards the other happiness, then you can think, at that time maybe you can educate your mind. This is why they get this kind of thing. Maybe in their past they have done good thing. Maybe the karma is the reason. So, and then I didn't recognize that thing. I didn't recognize the cause and effect. So this is the time. So now I need to rejoice their happiness. So in this way, you can, very first time, you can encourage your mind again and again, and you can try to see the other. You can learn how to enjoy the other happiness, how to rejoice other happiness. So then you can try every day. So today is a wonderful day. Today is Father's Day, right? So today you can start to. Today you can determine. Okay, from now on, I will learn how to rejoice other happiness. Then every day you can try. Maybe you can keep a remind. You can remind yourself every day. I will try, enjoy other happiness. I will try to enjoy other happiness. So at that time, after some period later, you will really experience how much changes the mudita has done to your mind. It is really amazing, like when someone do this kind of mudita meditation, it really helping. Like whenever you see others thing, others material thing or others improvement, it will make you happy. That happiness is always come to your mind. You can earn that happiness almost every day or every moment, right? Like nothing, you don't have to spend your energy or anything. You don't have to spend a single cent. But every time when you see other happiness, it will make you happy. So it's a wonderful meditation. It's a wonderful lesson for our life. So you can try, you can learn. I think you got some idea, right? You learn, you get some idea. You can try. You can then, after some period later, definitely you will start to experience wonderful happiness, and also you can say goodbye to depression completely. Okay, so if you have any question, you feel free to ask.
Thank you, Bhante. We will alternate the question between in the hall and online. We start from the room. Any question?
Okay.
Thank you, Venerable, for the very insightful Dhamma talk. I'm wondering if you could give us a 2-minute mudita meditation now.
Okay, you want to do mudita meditation now? Okay, we can start. We can, 2 minutes we can do mudita meditation. Okay. Okay, 2 minutes fast. I hope you want to do more, right? Yeah, it's of course, like Mudita is like really calming down your mind, and it's really, really kind of wonderful experience to our mind. So, anyone has any question? Anybody has any question?
Thank you, Bhante. Just an online question.
Yeah.
Is there any measurement to know whether the meditation practice progress or not? In my case, sometimes I enjoyed the meditation process, but other time I felt reflecting as if seeing self-defilement.
Okay. Okay, like let's say like when it comes to meditation, this is one of very good question. In general, when you talk about meditation, like sometimes like when you do meditation, you start to see kind of peacefulness. Next day you start to experience wandering thought, right? Sometimes next day you don't want to meditate at all, right? So this is how the beginning, how you experience. But still, like when you look at how the mind is developing inside our mind, like if I ask all of you, like when you start to do meditation, even though you start to experience a lot of wandering thought, and one day you are not experience like anything, and sometimes you have a lot of wandering thought. One day, after many days later, you start to experience calmness and whatever thing. Let's say when you look at your life, do you start to experience, like compare with past, can you protect your sila quite easily, right? So then when I ask, like a lot of meditators, what they say, yes, Bhante, even though my meditation not so good, but compare with compare with past, now I can quite easy for me to protect my sila, right? So why? So it means now mind is developing, our mind is improving. So then this is how you start to see, compare with past, now you can protect your sila well. And also, like when you look at your mind, compare with past, maybe now you have less anger. Maybe not, like compare with, you can compare with your past and today. Then you start to experience, compare with my past, I feel I'm not getting angry. Maybe I'm not giving much value to the thing what I gave value to last time. Then maybe you will start to experience, now I have more interesting towards the Dhamma. I feel like even though my mind not very calm, I feel like to practicing meditation. Or in this way you can see kind of your mind want to practice this Dhamma, and you start to experience like now you are going, like you have less, compare with past, you are experience some kind of differences, right? Less anger, less hatred, maybe less jealousiness, or maybe less attachment. Then it means you are developing your mind. Like very beginning part, like most of meditators, they think like when they do meditation, they instantly they hope, I do meditation but I don't have samadhi, right? I don't have like deep concentration. So they think my meditation is like I just waste my time. Like this is how like a lot of meditators they think. But no, of course no, you don't have to disappoint about your meditation. If you look at, if you analyze your mind deeply, then you will start to experience there are some changes in your life.
Thank you, Bhante. Any question from the floor?
Thank you, Bhante, for the very good Dhamma talk. The Mudita, as you said, what we are trying to get from Mudita to the mind is happiness. That's what you said, is happiness, preeti. Jealousy is depression, dukkha.
Yeah.
And you said the happy mind is the mind that can be developed into jhanic states.
Yeah.
And also to develop insight and develop towards samatha and vipassana and wisdom. How does the happiness come? If we have 100 people strongly connected to you, anything good happens to those 100 people, you are happy. If you make everybody, all the other thousands in the world, or millions, if you extend the same feeling to all those people, that's mudita, of your happiness is a million times more. That's pretty obvious. That's how we have happiness. So one is not happy or jealous if the other person has more than what you have. That's what it is, basically. I'm putting in simple words. If you have more than everybody else, you are not jealous. But that situation will never be right. It can never happen like that. But that's why Buddha said, contentment. Buddha used the word contentment. Santushti paraman sutam. That means if you are contented, you are happy. So that is where the happiness comes, the contentment that leads to happiness. That is, I think, is a beautiful thing about Buddha, what Buddha said at the time. And also, this Buddha has to be practiced with all the other 3 noble abodes, that Brahma-vihara. It's a great thing, and it leads to, yes, jhanic states and wisdom, just because you develop priti. The happy mind develops tranquility, concentrated, and develop insight and the nibbana. That's what I see, your talk of samatha.
Yeah, you know, like when it comes to our mind, like let's say when you talk about, you know, why we are doing all this practice to attain nibbana, right? And then, like when you look at our defilement, you know, like defilement can arise in different way. Like the way we look at some object, you know, like sometimes, like those who are okay with the thing what they have, like those who, maybe some people naturally, they don't jealous towards others what they have, and they're always happy, they're enjoying the thing what they have. So, and normally they say, no, I don't have jealousiness. So why they have that kind of ability? It means they already developed their mind into one level, one extent. So then maybe in their past, of course they developed this kind of the feeling of mudita. At the same time, you know, like when we are developing the mind, like what's the importance of doing the mudita meditation? It is Buddha mentioned in there's one sutta called Rahulovada Sutta. The Rahulovada Sutta Buddha mentioned, like when the time you are developing mudita, it's helping to overcome the feeling of the arati. Arati means the bored feeling, you know. So like developing this kind of meditation not only help you to overcome jealousiness, also it's helping you to stay away from the feeling of bored. You know, like when the time if you start to do meditation deeply, then like you start to experience like some occasion, some different kind of defilement are disturbing to your mind. When this kind of defilement arises inside your mind, it become a big obstruct to your samadhi. As well as when it become obstruct to your samadhi, it become obstruct to your vipassana. Because when defilement arise, there are a lot of wandering thought arise with the same time. So, like while we are developing the meditation, this different kind of meditation, then all these things the practice are lead to vipassana, and also all these practice lead to overcome the defilement completely. And like, you know, all these practice are helping to bring our mind to different level, different stage, and then all this practice help to cut down, like, you know, like the jealousiness connected with anger, like, you know, the jealousiness also the anger. When you look at mind factors, jealousiness also really one part of anger, right? So like by practicing this kind of meditation, and then like you are improving your mind, it will help to destroy the anger without any remainder. This is how, like, like there are a lot of qualities we need. When you are attending Nibbana, you have a lot of human quality you need to develop. Today I just want to emphasize, like, this is also one of wonderful human quality. When you develop, it will help you to gain this kind of benefit. So like at the same time, like when we develop this kind of meditation, like we experience happiness, all these things. At the same time, as you explain, like developing the karma, the perspective of karma, all these things we are learning to happy the thing what we have. The Pāli we call the santutti. So all these things also help to decrease the different defilement. And all these factors also helping you to bring your mind into the a kind of upekka level. I mean, like then you don't have any attachment or anything, any attachment towards a lot of object. That level helps you to develop samadhi. Okay.
Thank you, Bhante. Thanks so much for the insightful talk today. Now I pass back on to Sweet Juice for the announcement.
Okay, thanks, Sean. Okay, I've got a stack of announcements here, so you'll have to bear with me. So first of all, the Kalyana Mitta cleaning day last week. So thank you to everyone who participated. That was a really big turnout. It's probably one of our biggest turnouts. And if you'd like to join the team, there will be another opportunity on the last Sunday of the month, which will be actually the 29th of September, Sunday the 29th of September. And your help is greatly appreciated. And as you can see around the place, it makes a huge difference. So the next announcement's relating to the MBM 10th birthday event. So next Sunday, our Newbury Buddhist Monastery will be celebrating its 10th anniversary. And the event is fully booked. Now, we wanted to make this a low-key event, but it's actually become pretty big. So we look forward to seeing those who have registered for the event, at the event. So, but if you were unable to attend, or unable to have registered, we invite you to join us for the robe offering ceremony, which will be on Sunday, the 10th of November. So we apologise for that. We thank you for your understanding and support. Also for the September Silent Meditation Retreat. So next Saturday would have been the meditation retreat, the monthly meditation retreat that we have. So the committee has decided to cancel that retreat because it clashes with our 10th anniversary at Newbury, and also it allows monastics to all be together and enjoy the celebrations together at the monastery. So we do apologise for the inconvenience. We know that a lot of people want to and do attend that event, which is the monthly retreat. So we will be running it next month in October. Okay, the next one is for the Discover Buddhism series. So we are calling for volunteers here. So in October, we'll be restarting the Discover Buddhism series on Friday nights, and that'll be over 16 weeks. This will be the third year that we'll be running it, and we are very grateful to Ajahn Sadharo again for offering these teachings to those who are new to meditation and to Buddhism, and it also allows them to be part of a growing community here at the Buddhaloka Centre and the BSV. As with all programs that run at the BSV, these cannot be delivered without your help, and we invite members of our community to volunteer and to join the team. Your involvement will help create a welcoming atmosphere and allow guests to engage with the teachings of the Dharma. Whether you would like to assist with the setup, greetings or registrations, we would be happy for you to have you on board. We'll have a rostering system in place, so you don't need to commit to coming in every Friday night. If that works for you. And if you're interested in joining the team, then please send an email to the teaching coordinator, Michael, who's just over there. Michael, do you want to Raise your hand, yeah. And or you can come and see. So teaching@bsv.net.au is the email address, or you can come and see either myself or Michael, or either myself after this session. And also Shan, who's here today doing the AV. Now she is from the Discover Buddhism series, who came in 2 years ago. So she's sort of come through and really helping us out on the AV front. So thank you, Shan. So also today, so the monthly lay discussion is the first Sunday of the month. So that'll be happening at 12:30 p.m. And that'll be up in the library. And this is an open forum to discuss topics of the Dhamma and to learn some of the Buddhist teachings from some knowledgeable practitioners. And it'll be an open topic, and perhaps jealousy would be one that we would discuss today. So this week's teaching program, so tomorrow night, Ajahn Sodara will be giving the guided meditation here, the monastic-led one, and then on Tuesday night we'll be having Sandeep Karki, as usual, doing the 7:30 p.m. layperson-led meditation. Then just a reminder for everyone, Monday to Thursday nights, make meditation a habit, which are 20-minute nightly sits on Discord, our online platform. And then New Day, New Mind, which is also a daily meditation group. You can join any time between 4 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. on Discord. That's Melbourne time. And Ajahn Nando joins the room between 6 a.m. and 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So next week's teachings program will be Sunday morning will be Ajahn Nisarano, and Monday night will be Ajahn Nisarano as well. And that's it for announcements. Thank you very much, Bhante. And thank you to the Dhamsua community who brought you up and will be taking you back as well. So, thank you. And we'll pay respects to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha.
Okay.